Good morning, everyone. The sounds of one shining moment. I'm Mayor Greg Stanton, and I am excited to welcome everyone here today, here in the city of Phoenix, in our community. We are entering our third act, if you will, on what has been an amazing series of opportunities for our city and our region. This may be our first Final Four, but it is not our first rodeo. We have successfully hosted both the Super Bowl 49 and the College Football Championship, and now Phoenix is once again ready to host tens of thousands of dedicated and passionate fans to what I believe is the most exciting sporting event in the world. You know, I personally enjoy those other events that we hosted, but this one's personal for me. You may not know this, but I love college basketball. And I have a clear head this morning, Don. You see, the team I picked to win the championship lost last night, so I'm not paying attention to my bracket anymore. It's busted. My alma mater, undergrad, Marquette University, they lost. My law school, University of Michigan, they lost. So now I can focus fully on just being the best host mayor that I can possibly be for this Final Four. So I am ready. Phoenix is ready to play host to that one shining moment for four amazing and well-deserving teams. I can't wait to see who they're going to be next weekend visiting our community. And we take this very seriously. Obviously, we want to make sure that the tens of thousands of fans that visit our community have the very best experience, the best hospitality. And Don, we take seriously knowing that for these players and their families, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And we want to make sure that it is the best possible experience for the players, the coaches, and their families possible, that this unique moment in their lives is the very best possible moment. But ahead of the teams taking the court, there's a lot of fun that's going to happen first. This convention center, where we stand, along with historic Margaret T. Hance Park, will be the epicenter for entertainment and fans throughout this upcoming weekend. The Final Four Fan Fest and the March Madness Music Festival are now just 1 week away. And come on, Aerosmith is coming to Hance Park. Keith Urban, the Chainsmokers, these are world-class and huge acts and great talent that will be putting on a free 3-day concert event. And add to that the excitement on what can only be described as an indoor playground. Our Fan Fest here at the Convention Center will be a true fan-friendly event. And a whole lot of work has gone into this. The preparations go back to the very day that the NCAA selected Phoenix to host its first ever Final Four. Everything from transit to traffic, public safety, even recycling have been looked into and refined to ensure a smooth, safe, and fun Final Four weekend. It's going to be awesome here in our community. And these events are taking place in two of the very best city council districts here in the city of Phoenix. We're lucky to have 2 city council members that represent downtown, the epicenter of these fun events, Councilmember Kate Gallego and Councilman Michael Nowakowski, and I want to invite both of them up here to the podium to share their thoughts about this exciting opportunity in their districts. I think we're first going to hear from Councilman Nowakowski and then Councilman Kate Gallego, and then we have an awesome panel to go into a lot more of the detail. Councilman Nowakowski.
Well, thank you, Mayor, and we're all fired up in the city of Phoenix and ready for the Final Four. You know, I'm the chair of the Public Safety Subcommittee, and let me guarantee you that we're working really close with our state, our county and city, and even our federal governments to make sure that we have the safest event ever. I want to thank personally our fire chief and our police chief for all their hard work in making sure that this is a safe event. You know, I have 6 children of my own, and we're coming down to right here at this convention center for the Fan Fest. And it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for your children to go through a college boot camp of basketball. Let me tell you, went through the Super Bowl experience, and my kids had a great time. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for your children to come on down and enjoy. Also, all families to come down to Margaret Hans Park right here in downtown Phoenix, where you can just jump on the light rail and be there, and it's going to be a great opportunity, and it's going to be very safe. And once again, I want to thank our public safety fire chief and our police chief for everything they've done to make sure that this is a great event and a very safe event for our community. God bless you all. And with that, my colleague in downtown Phoenix, Kate Gallegos.
We are 1 week from college basketball's biggest event, and we are putting on a great show. We welcome everyone from our community to come to our downtown. This is our third major sporting events that we've hosted 3 years in a row, and we are building on our past success. We were hoping to deliver our best event ever. There'll be lots of great opportunities for participating in the hoopla with free events like our concert. We are also trying to build on our strong record of sustainability. One of the things we do well in this community is do great green events, and we are trying to get as close as we can to zero waste. So we'd encourage you to participate in our green events. We'll be doing some innovation with food diversion as well. And as always, we encourage you to use green transportation. The best way to get to our downtown events, whether you're going to FanFest or you're going to see Aerosmith, is to use our public transit system. So hop on that light rail and use a very green form of transportation. If you haven't been to our downtown in a while, we'd encourage you to come back. We have new restaurants, new shopping, new things to do, so it'll be a great experience for the entire family. And you'll get to see our mayor at his happiest. He's really been enjoying the march up to March Madness. With a perfect shooting record when we dedicated some of the community service projects. So I don't want to put any pressure on the mayor, but we're hoping that he'll continue to deliver for the city of Phoenix. When I speak of community service, the Final Four, the NCAA have really been investing in our community, making sure that they leave a legacy behind. And they've been doing cleanups, partnering with the Humane Society, bringing a great basketball court to one of our city parks not far from here in one of our communities that has produced many great NCAA players. So this is a lasting legacy. We hope it will put us on the map for hospitality, but also for green innovation and for giving back. We're looking forward to a great event showcasing wonderful athletes and putting on a great show for all of you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Councilwoman Gallego and Councilman Nowakowski. You're doing a great job already, making sure your districts are ready for these exciting events. I think we have one more council member, Danny Valenzuela, who will be joining us in the very, very near future to say a few words as well. I also like to recognize Milton Dehoney, our Assistant City Manager, who is with us here today. We have all of our experts from the city here to answer any questions that the media might have, so we can make sure the public gets all the information they need to make sure that this event is as fun for everyone in our community as possible. Also with us today is our great police chief, Jerry Williams. Chief Williams is here. Our fire chief, Kara Kochbrenner, sitting right next to the chief. And they are joined by our all-star experts of city leadership here to provide interviews if you have additional questions after we hear from our panel. So let's get started. To my right, a great team. Don Rogers, President and CEO of the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee. Lisa Jones, the City of Phoenix Director of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. John Chan, Director of the Phoenix Convention Center, and Sam Jackson, Director of Operations for Downtown Phoenix, Inc. We'll hear from each of them, and there will be time for questions at the end of the briefing, and I'll introduce all the other professional, wonderful city staff that were here as well in case questions come up in their area expertise. So without further ado, Don Rogers.
Thank you very much, Mayor. I had no idea that you liked basketball that much.
Shocking.
Shocking. And my bracket was busted as well last night. I want to start by echoing the mayor's thank yous to the people in this room that have spent tireless hours. Right now, that's about 24 hours a day. And it really does take a group of professionals to put on an event like this. And we're so appreciative from the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee to have such great partners in the room. It's really surreal right now to watch the games on TV, to hear them talk about Phoenix, to see the Phoenix Final Four logo, which has kind of been sequestered in our office for so long, and now it's splashed everywhere. And it's hard to believe that in 7 days we will be tipping in Glendale. The Final Four games will be Saturday at approximately 3:09 p.m. We'll have the East versus the West semifinal, and that'll be followed at about 6 p.m. with the Midwest and the South semifinal. And then on Monday evening at approximately 6:30, we will have the championship game at the University of Phoenix. But as we've all come to realize, the games are just one part of what this weekend is going to entail. So we thought that we would walk you through the events that we'll be hosting in downtown Phoenix so that you have a full spectrum of what's going to start in 6 days. Friday, March 31st through April 3rd, we'll have several events downtown. We'll have the Final Four Fan Fest here in the Convention Center. We'll have March Madness Music Festival, which I came off the 3rd Street ramp today. And, you know, you see these guys dangling from scaffolding, putting up the stage, and the scrim has started to go up. So Margaret T. Hance Park will be just an outstanding venue for 3 days of free concerts. We have the Final Four Dribble Sunday morning, when we'll have 3,200 boys and girls leave Heritage Square and dribble 7/10 of a mile through downtown Phoenix and end in the Convention Center. And this weekend, we just anticipate a lot of fans downtown in our footprint for Final Four events, as well as some other sporting events that we'll be hosting as well. If you are a sports fan this weekend, Phoenix is the right place to be. So when we look at Fan Fest, just to give you an idea, and I loved the way the mayor described it as a great big indoor party, but it will open Friday at noon till 8 p.m. It'll be open Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Saturday, there will be a viewing party, so the games will be broadcast in Fan Fest. We do have some groups that are going to come in and actually use it as a viewing party, so that will be open during the games. Tickets are $10 at the door, but you can go online and do pre-sale, and I believe that they're $8. Just a little bit more about Fan Fest. There are 24 different activities. My favorite is the Buick Wall of Baskets, where you'll see Mayor Stanton competing against an 8-year-old, and the 8-year-old will win every time. They're more nimble. They're just a little more agile. But in addition to that, we'll have youth clinics on Friday and Saturday. We'll have autograph sessions throughout the weekend. There'll be a merchandise area in Fan Fest as well as other places downtown, and there is food and beverage to be purchased. And then let's talk about Margaret T. Hance for the music festival, which will start Friday evening from 4 to 10. It'll run Saturday 2 to 10:30, Sunday 3 to 10. We're really urging people to arrive early because when the park does hit capacity, no more fans will be able to get in. And we really need to push staying hydrated. So you are able to bring in a sealed bottle of water. There will be hydration stations inside of the park, and of course there'll be food and beverage to purchase. And the mayor already mentioned some of the acts, but we really do have some fantastic acts starting on Friday with Keith Urban. Saturday, the Grammy-winning Chainsmokers will be playing. Aerosmith, Macklemore, and Ryan Lewis will be on Sunday. And then, of course, there are a number of opening bands as well. So if you go to, there's many different sources of information. There's a Final Four app. There's ncaa.com/Final Four, as well as the City of Phoenix websites that will give you all of the other bands that have just been announced earlier. The youth dribble, as I mentioned, is actually already at capacity, which is the 3,200 boys and girls. That'll be Sunday morning. Just after Mass gets started, we will unleash them on the streets. And the fun part of that is not only do they get a free T-shirt, but they get the free basketball that I have heard can get a little unruly as they're heading out down the street. And then they will end up in Fan Fest with their families. So it's a great opportunity between the youth clinics and the dribble. There's a lot of great free activities for the youth to enjoy here in downtown Phoenix. The one thing I really hope that you will help us get the message out about is the clear bag policy. And so for every event that we've discussed today, Fan Fest, March Madness Music Festival, as well as the games, we'll have a clear bag policy in effect as a security measure. The NCAA started this a couple years ago, and we really need your help to get that information out to fans that are going to be coming to the games. We'll mention it when they are getting on the light rail. We'll mention it when they're getting out of their cars in the garage. We will be handing out clear bags until they run out at those distribution points to hopefully have somebody leave a regular bag in their car. But the more you can help us get that information out, it would be really helpful. If you again, go online. There is a great, and we'll show it to you here, list of what items are not permissible in the venues and what items are permissible in the venues. And that, we've been passing that card out. It's actually the dimensions of the size of a bag that you would be able to bring into any of the venues. So thank you again for helping us publicize the ancillary events that are really a great addition to the iconic championship that will be held at University of Phoenix Stadium.
Thank you, Don. I'm John Chan, the director of the Phoenix Convention Center. As you know, there's a lot of planning effort that goes into hosting a Final Four. So a lot of people beyond just what the people you see here at the front row and on this panel, there's been a lot of planning efforts. And I think one of the things that you'll see that we've been working towards in our planning efforts are three themes: fun, convenient, safe. And the mayor and Don touched on that. And one of the things I'm going to cover is the convenient part. And so one of the things that we want to get across to anybody that's coming to downtown for the festivities is to be armed with information before you come downtown. So on the phoenix.gov website, there's a lot of information on Know Before You Go. So the things that we want to convey to all fans is to plan ahead, come early, and also check the list of prohibited items that will be enforced not only at the stadium but at Fan Fest and Music Fest. We're asking people the most convenient ways to park downtown in the downtown core and then use light rail. Light rail is probably going to be the easiest way for people to get around. Speaking of light rail, our team at Valley Metro Rail has put together an enhanced increased service levels for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So there will be extended service running till 2 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, and until midnight on Saturday and Sunday, with increased frequency levels as close as 12 to 15 minutes during the peak times. And then the best value in terms of getting around on light rail is this right here. This is a all-day pass. It's $4. You can use it on light rail. You can use it on local buses. There's also a special bus that goes out to the stadium that I'll touch on. But this is the best value and the most convenient way to get around. So I touch a little bit on a special bus service that's going to go out to the stadium. So this will run on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Out to the stadium in Glendale. The location where this bus picks up will be at the 19th Avenue and Montebello Light Rail Station, and we'll go out to the stadium and service will run till 11 p.m. each day. Again, the all-day pass works on that special bus. And then driving to downtown, we understand there will be people driving to downtown, so the recommended routes to get into the downtown, most convenient routes will be from the west and from the south, taking 7th Avenue. That's going to be your best bet to get in and out of the downtown conveniently. There'll be message boards that will guide people driving into the downtown. And there'll be more than 25,000 spaces available for people to park. So that's the message we want to get is park once, because that'll be the best way to get around, regardless of where you're going, is to park one time, and then I'll talk about the ways to get around once you do get to the downtown. There's also dedicated ADA and rideshare drop-off locations, so all of those will be found if you download the Final Four app or on the city's Know Before You Go webpage. So there will be street closures in place around Music Fest and around Fan Fest. So 3rd Street and Monroe will be closed, and then many of the streets around the Music Fest will be closed. Also, in order to get updated information for people coming via the freeways, if you dial 511, that has all the latest information on freeway traffic conditions. Again, go to the interactive map that's located on the phoenix.gov Final Four Know Before You Go webpage. So in addition to light rail, there are multiple ways to get to and from Fan Fest and Music Fest once you get downtown. Grid bikes, bike valet, there's a free trolley service that runs between Music Fest and Fan Fest. That trolley runs nightly till midnight on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so once you park downtown, that'll be an easy, convenient way to get to and from Fan Fest and Music Fest. And all the latest information will be available for fans to stay connected on the phoenix.gov and the NCAA websites, through our social media platforms, and of course, the mobile app. If you go to the iTunes Store or Google Store, you can download the Final Four app, and that has all the latest information, not only on ways to get downtown and where to park and where to drive, but also has updated information on all the events and updates on some of the fan activities. So with that, I'll turn it over to Lisa.
Thank you. Good morning, Lisa Jones. I'm here to talk to you about some of our public safety, the things that we've been doing for the last 6 months, really working in a dedicated way for the past 6 months to understand our role and understand how we're working together to ensure the safety for the citizens of the city of Phoenix. We have, I'll wait for our slides here. We're able to draw from our experience from the recent large-scale events, for example, the Super Bowl 2015, and also the college playoff championships in 2016, and really have, we think, crystallized our model of working together in our Emergency Operations Center, and also utilizing our incident management team, our multi-agency coordination center, really involving all of our private partners, as you can see, working from using our local, regional, national partnerships to come together in one place, allow a common operating picture to be had, having face-to-face conversations, I think, allow us to really communicate well and understand what we're working with. Regarding training, we have used many discussions, many tabletops, many exercises to understand any gaps, to understand the resources that are necessary for us to meet the needs of the events that are happening with the Final Four, but also the other responsibilities that we have for the city of Phoenix. In regard to enhance critical areas, we have been working hard we have heightened our outreach, I should say, to the critical sectors. The Arizona Cyber Threat Response Alliance, our Fusion Center is ACTIC, our Anti-Counterterrorism Information Center, working along with our critical private partners in the MAC to support our cyber resource working group. Again, allowing the common operating picture to be had for that critical information that will allow us to respond to any incident. So we've been working really hard. We understand what we need to do. We're confident in our ability to meet the needs of this event, but we're asking for you to ask for the help of the public. We're looking for the public to assist us in connecting the dots. Many of you have heard of the See Something, Say Something marketing effort. We need the public to recognize if something is out of place, if you understand your normal course of the day, if behavior, when you notice someone's behavior, we're asking you to step up and to move one step further and to make contact. You will see uniformed police officers that will be in and around the events, and we're asking you to approach them. Also, you can go to the website actic.gov. That's our, ACTIC. If you have a tip or a lead, we would like to know about it. We will look at those things and use that information if we can. Also, there's a phone number there, 1-877-2SAVE-AZ. Again, we're confident in our ability that we have uncovered, moved every stone, and really have prepared in order to ensure that we have a safe event.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Lisa. That is great information. My name is Samantha Jackson. I work with Downtown Phoenix Incorporated, and we are thrilled that we were selected as the host city for Final Four. And I am here to say that Phoenix is ready, and downtown Phoenix is especially ready. I can't ever get across enough to the public that your greatest resource, anything that you want to know about downtown and about this event, is our ambassadors. You can find them along the sidewalks in downtown in the orange shirts that say "Ask Me" on the back. We are really easy to get a hold of. You can call our hotline. We are open the same times the events are happening, so way early in the morning to way late in the evening. 602-495-1500. We will have the latest information on where to park, although I highly, highly stress being able to use the light rail service that is available. Park at one of the Park It rides and come downtown. We've got a free trolley that makes it incredibly easy to get up to Hans Park, although it is a lovely walk or bike ride as well. Bike valet service also available at Hans Park and the Convention Center at that time if you choose to bike as well. Lots of great things are happening in downtown besides this event. So it's a big, gigantic party in downtown, or almost like a juggernaut of activity. The D-backs wrap up spring training with the Cleveland Indians. They go right into opening day on Sunday against the San Francisco Giants. There's a festival right in front of the stadium there at 4th and Jackson. So we hope that people come out and take advantage of that opportunity as well on Sunday. The Suns are still playing. They've got a game on Thursday night against the Clippers and on Sunday against the Rockets. The Phoenix Pride Parade is happening on Sunday at Steel Indian. And the Phoenix Symphony has the music of the Rolling Stones on Friday and Beethoven's Ninth on Saturday and Sunday. The Herberger Theater is going. All of our venues in downtown that have live music opportunities, they're all booked. It is going to be a great time. So we hope that everybody will have a chance to come out and, not only enjoy the Fan Fest, but just enjoy downtown. Our restaurants want to feed you. Our venues want to entertain you. And we have collaborated with everybody here in this building and everybody, all of the businesses, all the stakeholders in downtown to make sure that everybody has a really fantastic time while they're here.
All right, we are ready in Phoenix to host tens of thousands of people who have never been to our great city. And when they leave, we want them making plans to come back over and over and over again. And when they're here, they're going to shop and eat local and do so often. Our city, this community, has proven over and over again that we can host the world with pride, hospitality, and expertise, and we all can't wait for next weekend. Thank you for coming. Have a great day. Thank you for covering this important event.